Okay, so we're back to this kind of point here, guys. Now, what are we looking at? I'm still kind of deciding side panels, kind of what to do there. A part of me is considering chopping the originals and seeing if I can make them fit. I'll black them out. The other part of me wants to make ovals, you know, racing ovals, and just put them on there, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I did buy the cutting tool for the sheet metal. It's this one here. You connect it to your drill and then it nibbles away. I've never ever used it before, so I have no idea how good or bad it is to use. You can buy the round things online, but they're like 30 quid each. That's shocking. But for now, for me, it's mainly about the MOT for this bike. So I'll show you what I bought for the rear seat. I bought the bag cover thing. I'm going to show you that in a minute, and that's kind of it really. I am going to change the front indicators. These hate these plastic crap anyway, so I'm going to change them to the other ones we've got, so that they're neater and nicer. I'm going to make holes a bit further back for them though, so that it's well, these were a bit close to the light, you see. And then so we'll have the 4 indicators like this. On the front ones, this metal may or may not provide the earth for them. It probably won't, so I might have to run a separate earth cable somewhere, which is fine. It's not a huge issue at all, that one. Right, we're close. We're very close. There's small bits and pieces that will annoy some people. This bit here, I'm going to trim them down, and may even put a bit of black on them. But that is kind of how it is at the moment. You could also put a bit of rubber over them or something. You can't turn them around and flatten them out, because they're not flat on the other end either. I've cut them already, so they're kind of custom bolts already. And it doesn't bother me too much at all actually. Once I've blacked them out a touch, they'll be fine, and trimmed them down. Right, so I want to get the seat on and bolted, I think, and I'll get the bag. Let me show you the bag actually, one moment. So that's the bag I picked up in the end, guys. Gary's got one, he likes his. This bag is not to be aesthetically pleasing, because it's not. That bag's going to have to go with the bike, because it's what will get it through its MOT. That bag will stay with the bike for next year's MOT as well. It's important. So yeah, basically there's straps under here. You put the straps on full time underneath, and then you can connect this as and when you feel like it. So it would only be for MOT. Take it off and get rid of it until a year later when you need another MOT. I'm not a huge fan of the MOT rules in regards to the rear foot pegs. I just think that's kind of up to people. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should be driving around without them. I'm saying that if you've converted your bike to single seat, then that's it. It shouldn't matter literally what's here at this stage. If you're not carrying a rear passenger, you're not carrying a rear passenger. But it's not for me to decide what the MOT rules are. It's for me to kind of work out how to get through them. Right, let me get that seat on, bolted down with the straps under, ready for that. And then I'll look at the front indicators, and we may be okay here. Ideally I'll be looking at the cutting out the oval shape for the sides, but I have no idea at all how to get the oval shape or anything, so high hopes at this stage. Okay guys, so just looking at the front here, we of course have the new indicators fitted, but I'm not sure yet if the metal on here is enough to be an earth, so I will go and get the battery. Now, I ordered a new battery last week. I actually used a different company instead of Tanya batteries this time. I tried out a different company. Now on this occasion the battery cost a little bit more as well, and they let me down big time. They used a whoever they used for delivery were rubbish. They attempted delivery once. They say attempted delivery, but I was in a week. I was unwell. I can't stand that messing around with delivery guys, where they're on such tight schedules that they have to lie and pretend that they tried to deliver. I can't stand all that. And actually the company online weren't particularly very good, the eBay company. And I tried explaining to them, I said, look, I normally use Tanya, but I'm always happy to trial other companies. I said, all I want is my battery to be here in a reasonable time. And I just didn't like them. I didn't like their replies. I didn't find them particularly pleasant. So it's back to Tanya batteries for me, I'm afraid, because they just get them delivered. But anyway, long story short, yeah, I've got the old battery still at home on charge, which isn't in great shape. But all it has to do is let you turn the key so that the kickstart will do its thing. Once the engine's running, we can test all the lighting and stuff. So I'm going to go and grab that battery now so that we can chuck it in just to get enough to see if the indicators are working, etc. And then I need to throw on a horn on this thing somewhere, somehow, and yeah, we should be good to go. So let me go and get the battery so that we can at least check the wiring we've done so far. Okay, so you're on the stand. Let's get this fired up so that we can see what we're looking at in regards to electrics at the moment. So again, it's been a week and I just can't remember. Right. Fuel on. Choke. Choke on, key on. Okay, so indicators were working, all the lights were working, front and back. I've got a new horn in now, I need to get the horn on, find the horn wiring, and that's probably the last piece of the puzzle in regards to kind of MOT, which is great news. So it will then be, what's next? It will then be, need a little reflector. I might have one in there, if not I'll get some. Front black for the sprocket, that's right, I've got that. Potentially the guard for the chain, although I'm going to see, I quite like the open look. Cool. Let me get the front kind of buttoned back up, although let me try and find the horn wiring first. So I found this horn cheap in Halfords recently, like £6 or something, in the sin bin. So here you go, let's just check. Bing! Lovely. Okay, great, so that horn's done. So actually everything else is kind of okay now with this bike. Let me get that nipped up somewhere, that horn kind of hidden away a little bit, and yeah, I'll get all the front kind of buttoned back up, put back together, and we'll see how we're looking, but we're looking good at this stage. Okay, so front mud guard is off, it's over there. It's had a good clean. I'm going to give it a scuff up, and then as always give it a good paint. Now, couple of thin layer coats. What I'm doing is, I haven't got much gloss, so I'm going to use matte, and then a couple of layers at the end of gloss to kind of gloss it up a bit, and that will be absolutely fine. So yeah, scuff it up, clean it first, which I've done, scuff it up, layer on quite thinly, couple of coats to kind of make a tack coat, then thicken it up, and then a couple of gloss coats. It's not going to be hugely scratch resistant, you'd have to use a good top coat lacquer for that, but we don't really need it to be, just need it to kind of do what we want it to do. So that's it. Great, I'm going to get that done now. You've seen that a million times on all of our channels, so not going to show you that, but we're getting there. Now I have some fork gaiters in there, but they're a bit long for this bike, for the area we've got to play with. I'll show you what I mean. Right, there you go. So here's the gaiters I've got. They would normally sit kind of down there like that, and then there. And yeah, they're designed to compress, but it's going to look a bit silly. Could always cut it here. That would be kind of okay, but it's a lot of work for not much reward, if I'm being honest, if you're going to cut it and all of that and drop the shock. So I think I'll leave that one. We'll keep it simple. I'm going to look at the side panels one more time to see if there's anything I can do with them, because if I can black them out and they make a shape that neatens up the sides, it could be worth it. So I'm just going to pull them out and have one more look to see if we can achieve anything with them. A part of it works and a part of it don't. I feel like this side works better, battery cover, but no, it doesn't work. What you could do is you could follow the line off the tank here. You could cut along there, and then kind of somehow bridge this in, but there's no point doing any of that. It's not gonna work. That takes me back to considering some sort of oval here. Some sort of oval there just to neaten that up, otherwise it's not going to work. I mean, again, you could cut out a square out of this, so it goes in like that. You could cut up there and then down there, and then black that out, and trim along there. That way you'd have kind of, how does that sit? It would normally sit like that. So that would all stay the same. Cut straight along there. What's behind here? That's a pain. That's a pain. So this is the kind of toughest part now, guys. This side, to be fair, doesn't look too bad with that, with the airbox. But yeah, it just needs something, and normally it would be oval, like an oval racing number or something, which look, we can achieve that, if I can just manage to draw and cut an oval out of that. But I've got a feeling that I'm not going to like the way that comes out. So I'm going round in circles here, literally. I did cut out a circle. That thing worked really well, by the way, guys. There's the circle there. I know it's meant to be oval, but that's a circle. Problem is, I mean, I can neaten up the edges. I've got a special strip that will make it look fine, the edges, but it don't look right. Just, I mean, it would probably be okay, but it don't look right. And I try it, and that side's kind of fine for me. I'm not too worried about that side, but I am going back round in the same circles where I think having it side cover and shaped. So now I'm thinking back on here like this, straight along there, cut, and then it ends here, and then it's kind of a cut down there, and you could have a side panel that suits the shape a bit more. I think I'm going to try that. It's not exactly something I'm good at, all this fabrication stuff, but I'm going to try cutting it. We're not using them anyway, so you may as well try and just see if we can neaten up the side panels. Once it's painted black, I'm sure it will be okay, but I do just think they need to be kind of hidden away a little bit better. I'm going to give that a shot. I'm going to kind of eye it by hand, cut it. Not sure how I'm going to cut it yet, maybe hacksaw, and see how we're looking. So this is what the chop achieved. So that would be up there like that. I can't hold it and make a distance. It kind of does the job there, really. Kind of works. Suits the lines much better just by chopping the top off. I might have to secure that and stand back. At the moment I can't get my eyes on it. You guys probably can better than I can. I think that works. There you go. Stay. Damn you. I think that works. If I can do a similar thing on the other side, then it just straightens all the lines basically by chopping the top like that. Alright, let me get that off and scuffed. That will need to be painted as well, and I'll start looking at the trimming of the other side then. So how are we looking on this side? So that goes in like that. It's a bit harder to work out the trim line here actually, but ultimately it's straight across from there, from that junction there. It's technically it's straight across, and it goes across here as well. So it's there, straight across to there. So I'll use some sort of line for this one. Alright, we're getting bits done, guys. It's not too bad. I'm low on energy, but it's the last few bits really in many ways.